another Throwback Thursday. We are doing the Pokémon FireRed Nuzlocke, our first Throwback Thursday project. In the last episode, we got Flatulence to evolve to Haunter and have since begun to give the love to Buttercup the Venonat. She's doing pretty good for herself so far. But this is where the girl is going to have to show her worth, because we're going to be coming up against a couple of these guys on our routes. Some problem trainers. And we don't have Zinks here to back her up, so if it's going to be a bunch of coughings, I think we're going to end up having to give the nod to her. Because she's the only answer we have to it right now. I also found out that while the Pokemon on the next two routes are the same, since they're different routes, I can get away with trying to catch Pokemon on them. However, if I fail to catch the Pokemon I'm looking for, I'm still not allowed to catch them. The only thing that changes about these two routes is their encounter rates. And specifically the encounter rate of one Pokemon, and that's Ditto. As much as I'd like to say Ditto is going to be a great asset to the run, I'd honestly prefer Pidgeotto. So that's what I'm going to be gunning for, Pidgeotto on this next upcoming round. If I can't get it and I have to settle for Ditto, sure, I guess. I hate Muck sometimes. I genuinely hate Muck sometimes. I just hate the move Minimize. I just legitimately despise that move. With a burning passion for fashion, hopefully Rex takes this thing out in one shot, but I doubt it, because Muck is extremely bulky. Horn attack, finishes it off. Good job, Rex. Buttercup and Rex share some experience, and everybody's taken care of. And we got more money because I got the amulet coin. Also got fresh water and put a lot of items that we weren't going to be using in the computer. Because it's important, guys. Alright. Against the non-evolved Pokemon, I think I will throw Buttercup out there. If it's a fully evolved one, then I will let anybody else handle it. Because, honestly, well, specifically, like, Rex or... Rex or like Zero or something. Because honestly, I don't feel like losing a Pokemon right now, especially on a stupid route like this. If I were to lose a Pokemon, I'd want it to be in like the heat of like a big battle, like how we lost Raditz to that Kangaskhan. That really did mess up my plans. I will say that, guys. That right there messed with my plans so much. That's how big Raditz was going to be for our team. Alright, so if it lands a Screech, we are not going to keep you in there, Buttercup, because I am not risking you. Or a Disable, because then you have nothing you can really use against this thing. Alright. Ooh, there you go. There's a confusion. The more Buttercup can fight for herself, the quicker she'll level up, which is the good part. And we might actually get the XP share, which will be really interesting. Because, look, we have 42 Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken. If we catch Pidgeotto or Ditto, that'll be 43. Then you look at the rest of the party right now. Oh, sorry, party, not the Pokedex. Look at the rest of the party right now. Flounder, Beaky, and Buttercup. That puts us at 46. We get a guaranteed Hitmonchan or Lapras on the next route, which puts us at the guaranteed Lapras and Hitmon Pokemon, which puts us at 48. And then we have other Pokemon that we can evolve if we want to. And then there you go. Confusion? Alright, Screech landed. You know what that means. We prevent you from dying for any unnecessary reasons. Alright, Zero. Come on out, good boy. Yeah, I'm debating. I honestly, like I said, I would really prefer Pidgeotto just for type coverage. I mean, it's not like Ditto's terrible. It's just that, like, I would prefer, you know, a Pokemon whose only trait isn't, oh, I can transform into, or something. If I had a different Pokemon, yeah, that'd be something good. If I have to settle for Ditto, I have to settle for Ditto. We're not, oh, by the way, I should preface this. I don't think I prefaced this at any point in the LP so far. We're not doing the post-game. The post-game, like, it doesn't lead to any, like, super big battles. We can get a few other Pokemon, but the point of this is to make it to the end of the journey by, you know, the objective is to make it to the end of the journey by beating the Pokemon League and becoming the champion. And after all that, oh my fucking god. Why is this game like this sometimes? Oh, we'll give him a critical hit because... Whatever. Alright. Alright. But no, we're not doing the post-game. When we fight Blue, that's it. We're done. We are not fighting anymore. We're done. We're not doing any of the stuff in the Sevi Islands beyond what's able to do in the first portion of the game. Yeah, we're not doing... We're not doing anything. We're not doing any of that extra stuff. It's just not happening. Because then we're going to jump to the next Throwback Thursday project, which I'm still debating what it's going to end up being. I think it's going to end up being what mood I'm in. It's either going to be Super Mario 64 or Kingdom Hearts 1. I have not decided which one it's going to be. Probably Mario, because it'll be a lot quicker than this game was. But you never know. Alright. That leaves one more fighter to beat up. Up in this little gang of theirs. And oh no, it's I was expecting the cue ball. I guess not. Okay. Buttercup, it's all yours, girl. At least until you oh wow, really? Yeah, your special needs work, girl. Needs a lot of work. I don't think it becomes really good until it evolves into Venomoth though. I remember when I was playing, setting up teams, potential teams for Battle Revolution, I was raising a Venonat, and I had to grind it in against those balloons outside of the Safari Zone in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Yeah, it was rough, but we persevered. Alright, I have 9 more confusions, which I believe should be just enough to take out the Coughings. I think each one's probably going to take about 3 to take out. Yep, see? 1 HP. I survived by 1 HP. I'm a wizard, Harry. Whatever. Give me another HP point. I don't care. Grimer. If one Screech lands, we are swapping out, or a Disable. If a Screech or Disable lands, then we swap out. Alright, you're the boss game. Buttercup, swap out for Zero. Well, Zero's been doing a good job so far. I don't want to take any credit from him. I do, however, want to switch to a slightly more comfortable position. Well, one where I'm not, like, too far away from the monitor so I can investigate if things are going properly. Because we're going to be recording for another 90 minutes or so. Probably beating Silphco, if I'm not mistaken, in this recording session. But not anything much farther than that. And we may not even beat Silphco. Oh, I meant the switch, but alright. Alright, Zero, you earned your free bit of juicy points for yourself. Good job. More importantly, we got the money, and that's what matters. fresh water. Heal Buttercup. Alright, so now we do these fights up here. I know we have a couple of double battles. Not with this girl, obviously. It'd be funny if she was just decided, oh, I'm gonna use a double foot battle. But doesn't appear to be. I believe this girl has a Pikachu and a Raichu. And because of that, we ain't risking shit. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. What's the point of slam? That's what I've always wanted to know. Like, it's a move that does decent damage, but is like horrifically inaccurate. And has like no side effect, like no additional effects to it. It's such a worthless move. Who would want to give it to a Pokemon? You can teach it literally like anything else. I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing. Back to Rex. Oh, she's getting a lot closer to evolving than I thought she would be at this point. I think it's from all the experience I've given her. Like, she handled those fucking guys pretty well, all things considered. Those bikers. Oh. This should actually get Rex to 35, if I'm not mistaken. Everybody's doing pretty good for themselves, actually, which is very nice. I didn't want anyone to fall too far behind. Alright. These two are going to have fighting types. So I think my best bet is to pair Buttercup and Zero together. So I'll lower their attack strength and then set things up. Oh, Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, okay. I was honestly not expecting these two. I was expecting it to be like a Primeape or something, but... Alright. Bigger threat is Hitmon... Ooh, which one? Actually, I think it's going to be Hitmonlee. So let's gang up on that Hitmonlee. First and foremost, gang up on that Hitmonlee. That did a lot, actually. Thunder Punch shouldn't really do too much. It did decent amount of damage. Both moves did decent amounts of damage, actually. Flamethrower. That did nothing. Okay. Get rid of Hitmonlee first, because high jump kick definitely is a worrying move. That should do a decent amount of damage to Hitmonchan. Not enough to knock it out, but enough. We're running low on PP though, so I don't think Buttercup will be able to handle much more unless I give her a Max Ether. But I need to save those since we're running low on what's it called? Alright, level 28, not bad. And she wants to learn Stun Spore. Sure, that could help. In lieu of Poison Powder, sure. Alright, you're now 3 levels away from evolving. Alright, not bad. We got some money. And some experience. But honestly, I think I'm leaning towards giving it a Max Ether. Nothing against it, I just want to get Venom off sooner rather than later. Without having to grind or without having to worry about anything, I'd rather have the Pokemon sooner rather than later. And if I can blitz through a couple more trainers, we should be good to go. And yeah, we're not done with this route until we are, like, done, so... Then I just realized, did I not go catch a Pokemon up there? I did not. I'm not smart, guys. I am not smart. I is not smart. In case you can't tell, I'm not smart. I'm not smart. But we'll go catch a Pokemon after. I think we have to get the TM for Rain Dance over here. It's not mandatory for the game, because I don't think we're going to be using it, but... You never know. It could be useful to have a Pokemon that has Swift Swim for an ability. I'm trying to think, are there any Pokemon in this game that would have Swift Swim? I think... No, I don't think so, actually. I'm trying to think of Pokemon that would have... Maybe Goldeen would be the only one who would. In fact, I'm curious. Flounder, do you have that ability? Nope, Water Veil. I'm trying to think, like, Swift Swim. Because the Poliwag line has usually either Damp or Water Absorb. Same with, like, the Lapras line. Hop the fence, or hop the rocks. Alright. Cut this. Alright, we're looking for Pidgeotto. If I don't find it within 5, we're just gonna move on. Bulbabutt, you're on. 5 Pokemon. Pidgeotto or Ditto? You are neither. I already have a Venonat, thank you very much. She's doing a very good job. Excuse me, Venonat. I already have one. And I caught a Gloom on that other route, which means, like, yeah, we're pretty much... It's gotta be Pidgeotto or Ditto. Hi, Oddish. Bye, Oddish. Four. And then... The last one will either be Ditto or Pidgeotto. Case and point. Winner is... Venonat. Okay. Clearly you don't want to cooperate. That's fine. There will be other opportunities to catch Pokemon. Including right down here. But for the time being, I do want to focus on making sure our other Pokemon keep getting their experience. So Buttercup, you are exactly 3 levels away from evolving. Let's see if we can help you along there. Oh my god, Coughings? Oh my god, they're level 20. Oh my god, you're gonna have a fucking field day with these guys. Have fun, Buttercup. Alright, keep it going. Keep them confused. There you go. Let's see. 610 experience. Not bad. Means you'll be level 29 for sure at the end of this battle. And then 2 levels away from becoming Venomoth. And then our attention can turn to Beaky Bay. Though I think we're gonna end up having to move her to start fighting in the karate dojo. Ooh, is that Weezing? This could be problematic. It's gonna be definitely beefier. Alright, please. Let's see how much damage. Oh, still not nearly enough. Okay, that's cool. Alright, confused, please. Of course not. Alright, tackle did a bit, but I'm not too concerned right now. Okay, that did a lot. Alright. Fresh water to heal. I'm not stupid. I ain't losing a Pokemon anytime soon. Least of all one I put so much effort into. We've already taken our heavy hits. I am not ready to lose another big name Pokemon. And I know Buttercup is not a big name Pokemon by any stretch of the word, but still. We haven't lost anybody since Raditz, and I want it to stay that way. Alright, this could be problematic. And again, don't I have Compound Eyes for an ability? So I don't think it should really matter unless they start spamming smoke screens. Oh wow, you're gonna be a level and a half close to evolving by the end of this fight. That is impressive. That is supremely impressive. Ooh, that's what I was hoping for. Alright. Hurt yourself, hurt yourself, hurt yourself. Nice. Alright, so this should finish it then. Good job, Buttercup. You are a level and a half away from being Venomoth. Alright. And right off the bat, another fight coming your way. Unless, of course, they're going to be, like, high level, like, maybe, like, level 30s or something. Let's see. 3, so they're going to be a bit stronger. 28. Alright. So it should still take about 2 or 3 confusions to knock them out. Most likely 3. But that also means that these coughings can't do a thing to us, which is important. I would use a PP up here, but again, that'd be like extremely counterintuitive. Because I don't think Buttercup is going to be one of those "you're the answer to my problems" type Pokemon. But it is an insurance policy, which you need a lot of in a game like in a Nuzlocke. Alright. Grimer. Remember the rules, one screech and we're done. I'm not gonna let this thing get a stupid, easy sludge crit in. Alright. Keep them coming. Keep the confusions coming. And then when you're level 31... Oh my fucking god, I hate your face. Alright. Swap out. That's 0. 0 can handle it. Attack. Aw, you screeched. Good for you, Chief. It's time you burned. Alright, and Weezing. Ooh, Weezing. Alright, this could be trouble. So I think I'm just gonna let you tag out for this one. Yeah, we'll let Zero handle this. Zero was born to handle this shit. Alright, roast him. And booyah. Alright, Buttercup is now 1 level away from becoming Venomoth. Alright, so I think it'll be swapping the rest of the way. I'm 90% sure the next few are going to be swapping. So yeah, Pidgeotto, definitely. Ooh, I never healed. Shit. That's not smart of me, but okay. Why would you still have gusts this late into your frickin' journey, lady? Wing attack. Friggin' anything, really. Gust is like such an early game move to have. On a Pidgeotto especially. But like if it's like the only option you have for something, it makes sense. But come on, you got a Pidgeotto. Alright, Wigglytuff. Buttercup. It reminds me that we could have had a Wigglytuff if this game wasn't such a giant troll. Poor Adele. I told you guys that losing Adele was the biggest loss of this LP so far. Do you realize how fucking useful a Wigglytuff could have been? It could have been anything I wanted it to be. The ultimate stretch and squash Pokemon, and I can't even use anything with it. It's freaking bad. I will not lie, it's freaking bad. That's why I was leaning towards getting Clefairy initially instead of Dratini at the game corner. But, I got convinced otherwise. The Dragon type is so much more durable than normal is, so... Alright, first things first, heal everybody up, specifically Buttercup. And Rex, of course. I think Zero's fine the way he is. We're gonna switch to Beaky Bay once Buttercup evolves. And yes, this is gonna be another half-hour episode in case you obviously couldn't tell. Alright, Bulbaplup. Actually, wait. I wonder. Beaky Bay, come on out, girl. I wonder. There you go. Good job, Beaky Bay. You both can share experience with this. Alright, let's see. 52, 40, not bad. You want to learn Rage? Nah. Alright. Now we'll switch to, Zero. If it had been another Bulbasaur, I definitely would have let Beaky Bay handle it, but... At this point, I want to make sure... I want to guarantee that nobody dies unless it's, like, a situation where I don't have a choice. Alright, that did it. Oh, wow, that was a crit. Flamethrower. Roast the Ivysaur to crisps. Alright, good job. You're gonna have to raise more than a Bulbasaur and an Ivysaur if you want to win in Pokemon, sweetie. Or at least to keep you safe. That's why Bulbaplup has so many friends that he can play with. Alright. Gloom. If Gloom wasn't so bulky, I'd say... You know what, I'll give it a shot. Let's see if Buttercup can handle a bulky Pokemon. Acid shouldn't do too much. I think that's the only move a Gloom at level 28 would have anyway. Ooh, there you go. Big crit. Big crit. Of course, they get a crit. They have to respond with 3 crits in a row for themselves. Because, you know, that's how this game operates. Alright, Buttercup. Ooh, one more. Alright, Oddish, definitely. You can handle an Oddish. Buttercup, you can most certainly handle an Oddish. Why did your Confusion do just as much to a Oddish as it did to a Gloom? Weird flex, but okay. Alright, Buttercup. I need you to work through that paralysis for me. Work through that paralysis for me. Hit him with the big Confusion! Chicka chicka boom boom, chicka chicka boom! Alright, that is a Venomoth. Alright, an Oddish. Since I don't need any more experience at this point for you, we switch to Beaky Bay. Who will get the bulk of pretty much all the experience going forward. Although I do have to check on Rhaegar before we continue from the next episode. Alright. Good job. Buttercup, you get to evolve. Congratulations. Alright, evolve into Venomoth. Should learn Gust right away. Not the best move, but you know what? It beats the hell out of fucking Leech Life. Especially if I want to just teach a Giga Drain, which I can do. And I'm actually tempted to do it, but I'm holding off on doing that unless I know for sure I can't get a better Grass type or something. Alright, so take the Amulet Coin. Swap Buttercup to the back of the party. And give Beaky Bay the Amulet Coin. Let me look at your stats, actually. Not bad, not bad. 64 specials. Not the best, but sort of like you'll sort of like be like Arbok, like Nasira is. Probably not the best, but definitely a good option in case we run out of Pokemon. Alright. Beaky Bay. Switch to Rex. Why would you use Pursuit? Hobgoblin. Alright. Thunderbolt. I don't want Rex to become too powerful, but at the same time, he's my only option right now for flying types. Until Boulder comes back. Alright, Doduo. I'm not sure I'm ready to have you get some actual hardcore fighting in just yet. So I think we're just gonna keep doing the swap strategy here. Alright. Wow, this one's gonna be even longer than the last one was. I just realized that, because I think there's like 2 or 3 more trainers we have to fight. Maybe I'll like fast forward through it, I don't know. We'll see, guys. We'll see how it goes. I'm not ending the episode just to fight a few more trainers. That would just be stupid. Alright, and... you know what? Fuck it. Let's get Flounder some experience. Nothing against Beaky Bay, but I want to heal her. Flounder dies, then Flounder dies. Like I said, I had no real plans for Flounder. Yep, Flounder's gonna die. Oh my god, it didn't! Flounder! Flounder! I'm impressed. I was expecting death, and the Flounder basically said, I am not for sale, bitch. Impressive. Impressive. Not even upset. Not even upset. Alright, so there should be 2 more trainers on this route. Yeah, we may as well finish it here. Yeah, I think we're gonna finish the episode here. I know I just said probably not, but you know what, it makes too much sense. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm your friendly neighborhood NMan64. Join me next time when we wrap up this route. Go make sure Bubblebutt never has to know cut again. And then proceed to Saffron for our big showdowns coming up. Until we meet again, sayonara.